Hi there, welcome back. Pete and Grada here from the Purple House Wellness Centre in Tasmania. It's cold here now and wintry, and every week we're starting to see more people come to our clinic or wellness centre with immune problems. And this reminded Pete and me of a very, very challenging case that came to us. He came to us many years ago, and from what we understand now, he's a strapping, healthy young man. When he was 4, his mom took him to Pete on the recommendations of a friend, and the little boy Tim was diagnosed with immune deficiency disorder, which meant that every winter he had to take antibiotics every single day, all winter for 6 months. And the doctor said, this is his fate in life. This is going to be like this for the rest of his life. There's nothing else we can do. So luckily, his mum brought him to Pete. So Pete, do you want to share us a little bit about Tim?
Well, the specialist in Melbourne, he said he needed to go on antibiotics all winter. He hadn't really had a good day all his life, really. He'd had cold symptoms like a cold, chesty, and it had multiple bouts of ear infections and things like that, and the doctors had given him antibiotic after antibiotic to try and help him, but he
stayed very sick.
He stayed sick, and
the parents were pulling their hair out.
And the specialist said, look, he's got immune deficiency syndrome. Supposedly that's a syndrome that people can have, and she didn't really like the idea of him going on antibiotics every day for all over winter, so someone recommended she bring him to us, and I saw him. I did had a look at his live and dried blood. He was brave enough to let me prick his finger and have a look at his blood, and then I did the urine tests on him and found out he was what we call very anabolic, and it's the cell membranes aren't anywhere near permeable enough. So normally they close at night and then open a bit during the day, every membrane of every cell of the body, and when they are too closed or too impermeable, people are prone to getting
viruses,
viral infections and things like that.
Bacterial infections.
And so
you addressed the anabolic.
I addressed the imbalances or recommended things for him to address the imbalances that I found in his body. Plus, he had lots of antibiotics, so his microbiome, his good gut bacteria were totally wiped out. And so he needed a good probiotic, and
he needed the anabolic supplement.
The anabolic supplement to help open up the cell membranes. And I guess there were a few other things. I just can't remember now exactly, but he went through winter with his father and mother and sister having a very bad flu, and he stayed perfectly well.
He didn't need antibiotics all winter.
And
he was the only one who stayed well.
His mum took him back to the doctor at the end of the winter and said, I didn't give him the antibiotics. I gave him this, and she handed over my recommendations to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Oh, well,
that's good.
Keep it up." Yeah,
he looked at it and he liked it.
He told her to keep it up, and now he's a healthy, strapping young adult, and he didn't get sick.
No,
anymore after that.
That's right, because it could have had a completely different outcome. Because antibiotics, they save lives, of course, we know that. I'm so happy that we have antibiotics, but they don't make you healthy, right? They keep you in an immune compromised state, And if you've had one lot of antibiotics, just one lot, it's going to take your body 5 years to get over it, unless you supplement with good probiotics. And we have like a really good range of probiotics.
80% of the immune system really belongs to the good intestinal bacteria.
That's right.
And during COVID, everyone was washing their hands with antibacterial hand wash. And that soaked in and destroyed the
many other things.
Microbiome.
Our microbiome is always under attack, just so people know, not just from antibiotics, but from what Pete says. And the what do you call it, bad vibes and all the rest. There's so many things in our environment that kill your microbiome.
And if your bile doesn't flow properly, the stomach acid will kill them off. And
but we don't want to. We just want to focus on one really, really positive example of a little boy who was he was immune deficient, so that's a bit different to autoimmune disorder.
He hadn't had a well day in his life up until that winter.
And Peter actually gave him a session called a full health order. Pete forgot to mention that. So Pete and Caleb do specialize in that in the same way as when you take your car to the garage. And I mean, there are probably a few lights going off in your car, or it might make a funny sound, or it's not tracking well. The garage runs it through a series of tests, and it spits out a diagnostic audit, I guess, of what needs fixing in your car. So that's what Pete and Caleb do in their room with you sitting there, and they look at your live and dried blood in the microscope, which just requires one little drop of blood, and they can do a lot of tests with that, as well as, of course, Pete and Caleb test your urine and saliva, which shows up all the different compartments of the body, whether they working well or not. And then what's the best thing about all of this is that it gives you a very, very clear picture of how each cell in your body is behaving.
And if we're made up 1 trillion cells,
right.
So if those cells are working properly, we work properly.
I know. So if the cells, if there's a fundamental imbalance, like Tim, his cells are too anabolic, doesn't matter what you take from the health food shop, it's not going to shift you out of anabolic back into a flexible state. And some people are very, very catabolic, so that is the other end of the spectrum. And when you're too catabolic, that means your body cells are always breaking down too much, and they're not restoring at night. At night, your body fills up the gas bottles again, you could say. And so that can happen too. We've had many clients that were extremely catabolic. And this is basically foundational for your body, like that's the base cause of all your problems. You need to find out if your cells are opening or closing the way they should. And then there are many other underlying things that Pete has found in clients who've been everywhere, because mostly that's the story of our life. In the Purple House, clients often come to us initially because they've been everywhere and really they have nowhere else to go.
They haven't received the answers.
No. And they still have their problems. And then also, of course, a lot of the time people are running out of time now, literally because their health has taken a nosedive.
But if we give our bodies the things it needs to heal, it'll do the healing. That's right. The fantastic thing about our bodies. An inner doctor is always knows what to do. It just doesn't have the requirements, like Peter said. So also sometimes there are too many toxins in the body and they need to be gotten rid of. But some of our grandkids, and we know other little kids, they eat this out of the jar. That's sauerkraut from Love Your Guts, and then
we eat that ourselves.
We have that pretty every day, and I also have a probiotic every day. I usually have a probiotic of the morning and sauerkraut with my evening meal, because that's replenishing the good intestinal bacteria, which keeps the immune system at its peak. It keeps happy hormones in good amounts
as well.
It breaks down,
it regulates your life, really.
Toxic chemicals, it'll break those down, heavy metals, and it also, the cabbage, it'll get rid of the toxins from sprays and things like that.
The fermenting process
the
does
fermenting
that.
process
Yeah.
does that. So I recommend
And it's very
that
everyone,
people replenish the good gut bacteria on a daily basis.
Also, I want to say it's very economical, like a jar like this. We sell it, or you can buy it from the supermarkets all around Australia. Actually, and I'm so proud to say that this was created by Caleb, who is the founding father of Love Your Guts, and then other children, other members in our family. Eve is managing Love Your Guts now, and Johanna. So, because we all feel passionate about keeping the immune system healthy the most natural way, and you don't need to eat any other vegetables, like 1 tablespoon of this, that's it. Pete and I actually, we stopped having a vegetable garden a few years ago and put chooks in there instead, because all we eat is fermented vegetables, and we just feel so well now. We really feel very alive.
And so, Caleb's actually doing a hands-on workshop teaching people how to make their own fermented
well, that's
foods.
just actually gone, so I want to...
Oh, it's the immune...
Yeah, the immune boosting one is coming up on the 17th of May, a Sunday, here in this beautiful room. So with a group of people who are all like-minded people, that's also really wonderful. And between 9:30 and 12:30, you get to eat and drink yummy immune-boosting foods, and he shows you how to make like gummies and all sorts of things that you can make for your family and your own children. Plus, it comes with a little book. So that's on the 17th of May, and it's filling up slowly but surely. And so, yeah, Pete, you did the right thing. It's created by Caleb, who's been like probably Tasmania's expert on immune system and fermented food.
Plus, it's a hands-on workshop, so you get your hands dirty.
Also,
you make it yourself during the workshop.
So Caleb himself was born with like extremely bad psoriasis, and I felt really ashamed of it because I was already a health freak. He's our number 3 out of 6 kids. And of course, now with the healing I do, I realize there are other factors at play, like as well as ancestral stresses and other things in the field that play a role. So Caleb, he really didn't have a comfortable day himself from birth onwards, maybe from conception, who knows, because he was born with like psoriasis or really bad eczema. So Caleb feels extremely passionate about keeping your immune system balanced and removing the triggers. We can also remove triggers in other sessions that we do, like we do sensitivity testing during our diagnostic sessions. So, and then also that really relieves your immune system a lot. But ultimately, what we recommend the most is like some really foundational things. Get a foundation going. If you have if your body isn't doing well, come and see Peter or Caleb and have one of those full health audits. Like you take your car to the garage, but you only have one body, and whereas you can replace your car, don't you? Like replace it every year. This is another really, really good supplement for kids. It's called Mighty Means. I've written about it over the years.
That's a balanced supplement. Tim needed a specific set of nutrients to really
but this is
get
like
his
for
cells.
regular children, right? So it's edible, so like it tastes like a lolly. So it's very easy for parents to give that to, you can give your children 1 or 2 of those, and then you know they're getting all the minerals that their body needs.
Vitamins and
it's called Mighty Means because a lot of supplements don't have minerals, but that one does. So, don't be like everyone else out there and just keep putting up with your aches and pains. We talked about teen, but of course this goes for adults too, right? Many of us walk around with compromised immune systems, like it's one of the world leading problems in the world, where people have chronic pain and belly aches, brain fog, aches and pains, just not functioning well. You deserve better than that. And you know, every day that you don't feel good is a day wasted. So we're here to help you. And Pete and I have already been doing this for 20 longer, since the 2000 when we
26 years.
when we've been seeing clients. So we have like 50 or 60 years of experience between the two of us. There's really not a problem that we haven't seen before.
Caleb come on board and he's been seeing clients for...
Caleb is a really good practitioner. He's a mature practitioner. Yeah. He's been a practitioner for many years, and then he's traveled the world because he's also a free spirit. And then he comes back. So come and see him as well and be surprised how good you can feel. So we're here to help you, especially during the colder winter months. Have a look at the full health audit. Have a look at the immune boosting class, which is lots of fun and really a big eye opener. And then you can, create a healthy body for yourself. Your internal universe will feel great. And you can be like a bright light in your community and help others in your family as well. So anything else you want to say, Pete? Just don't give up on yourself. That's probably the message I always say. Don't give up on yourself. Keep going till you find the answer.
Be amazed with your body. It'll do the healing if you give it things it needs.
It wants to surprise you for sure. Yeah.
We're aimed at healing. We're aimed at health. We aren't aimed at disease.
Well, it's more natural to heal, that's right, than to be sick. So the body can do the return journey from illness very quickly. Yeah. Okay, thank you for tuning in, everyone. Have a really wonderful week and hope to see you soon.
Bye.